Hello sports fans, welcome to Super Sports Central. Today we have my top 10 MLB free agent landing spots. So we're going to be going over my top 10 MLB free agents and a few landing spots for each of them, and then where I think they'll end up signing. So my number 10 free agent is Brandon Nimmo. So he's a really good outfielder, has great speed, plays good defense, and also doesn't strike out much, which will make him an enticing option for teams. Now, he has had trouble staying healthy, but he's coming off a season where he played a career-high 151 games, and he's definitely the best center fielder in the free agent market. So now I could see Brandon Nimmo returning to the Mets, but I could also see him going to someone like the Rockies. I think Brandon Nimmo will resign as a Met. My number 9 free agent is catcher Wilson Contreras. So he's one of the best offensive catchers in the game, and he's coming off a season where he hit 243 with 22 home runs and 55 RBIs with the Cubs. And now I could see him returning to the Cubs, but I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to stay in the NL Central, but I think he's going to go replace a great catcher and go to the Cardinals as they replace Yadier Molina with Wilson Contreras. My number 8 free agent is Carlos Rodon. So he was a free agent last offseason too, and now this offseason as well, after he opted out of his contract with the Giants. So he had a good 2021 with the White Sox, and then last season for the Giants, he was really good. He pitched to a 2.88 ERA in 178 innings with 237 strikeouts. So he got a short-term deal last year with the Giants. Now I would expect a longer deal this offseason, and now I could definitely see Carlos Rodon returning to the Giants as there's reportedly mutual interest there. I could also see him going to the Dodgers and the Mets, but I think he's going to end up playing for the Mets next season as they will replace Chris Bassett with Carlos Rodon. My number 7 free agent is another pitcher that is Justin Verlander. So he's coming off a fantastic season where he's likely to win the AL Cy Young Award. He threw 175 innings, pitching to a 1.75 ERA, and struck out 185 people. So he opted out of his contract with the Astros, and now Verlander does not have his age on his side at 39, and he's coming off Tommy John surgery, but he showed he could still pitch at an extremely high level, and really for me, I only see Verlander returning to the Astros, and that's where I think we'll end up playing next season. My number 6 free agent is shortstop Dansby Swanson. So he's coming off a good season where he played in all 162 games, batting .277 with 25 home runs and 96 RBIs. Also provides some pretty good speed and good defense as he had 18 stolen bases this past season. So now the Braves and Dansby Swanson were talking about an extension during the summer, but they haven't reached an extension. And now I just think it would be so weird if Dansby Swanson also does not return to the Braves and he ends up going to the Dodgers. As also, Freddie Freeman was a former Brave now in the Dodgers, but I don't think that ends up happening. I think Dansby Swanson ends up staying with the Braves. So getting into the top 5, my 5th best free agent, we have Xander Bogaerts. So he opted out of his contract with the Red Sox, which was a 3-year, $60 million guarantee, making him a free agent this offseason. So now he's one of the top shortstops in the league. He's coming off a really good season where he was in the mix for the AL batting title. He finished batting .307 with 15 homers and 73 RBIs. Plus, he's a great defender at a premium position. And now the Red Sox really made it a priority to extend him, so I don't really think he's going to stay in Boston. Now the Cubs need a shortstop. I could see him going there. I could also see him going to the Twins, Phillies, or Giants. But I think he's going to go to the Twins, replacing Carlos Correa. And Correa is my number 4 free agent available. So he opted out of his contract with the Twins, and I think he's going to be another player to sign a longer deal this offseason after a short contract last offseason. Correa is coming off a season where he hit .291 with 22 home runs and 64 RBIs. So now, I could see him signing a few places, like the Phillies, Cubs, or Dodgers. I think he's going to go sign with the Cubs in Chicago. My 3rd best free agent available is Trey Turner. So, I think Trey Turner is the best shortstop available in another very, very good shortstop free agent class. He's a great batting average player, also has good power and plays great defense, and has blazing speed, one of the fastest players in baseball. Trey Turner's coming off a season where he hit .298 with 21 home runs and 100 RBIs. So now I could see Trey Turner returning to the Dodgers. I could also see him going to the Cubs, Orioles, or Phillies. but I think he's going to end up going to Philadelphia and playing for the Phillies, making them a true contender in the National League. My second best free agent is pitcher Jacob deGrom, arguably the best pitcher in baseball. He's dominant when he's on the field, but that's the problem with Jacob deGrom. He's not always on the field. And he also does not have his age on his side, as he's already 35. Now, he's coming off a good season where he started 11 games for the Mets, through 64 and a third innings, and had a 3.08 ERA and striking at 102 batters. So now, it would be a gamble for a team to sign deGrom because of his injury history and age. Now, the Mets have said they want to make Jacob deGrom a Met for life, and I think they do that this offseason. And Jacob deGrom ends up re-signing with the Mets, but I could also see him going to the Texas Rangers. And my top free agent is Aaron Judge, the AL MVP favorite. So, Judge betted himself before the season, turning down a 7-year extension with the Yankees, and it definitely paid off. He had a historic season where he batted .311 with an AL record 62 home runs and 131 RBIs in 157 games where his durability was a question coming into the season. So now I could see Judge going 4 places. I think he could return to the Yankees, which I think is the most likely. I could also see him going to the Mets, and then I could see him going up to the West Coast playing for the Dodgers or Giants. But I think Aaron Judge ends up returning to the Yankees. So those are my top 10 MLB free agents. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know if you agree with some of my free agent landing spots, disagree, and why. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Turn on notifications so don't miss any other upcoming videos. I do my best to post as often as possible, and I will see you in the next video.